One of the biggest YouTubers reached out to me, and he needed help. Jeff Nippard's about to upload his most controversial video to date, and he needed a 1 out of 10. So I got to work. But here's the thing, I technically didn't even edit the video, not one single cut. Yet not only did it get a 1 out of 10, but it's gotten over 7.5 million views, all from a single change that 99% of editors miss because it's hidden in plain sight. In this video, I'm going to show you the invisible edit you can start doing today to make your videos feel 10 times better without having to learn any fancy effects or confusing tactics. So you can attract clients that not only pay you more, but become addicted to your work. Once you hear this, you'll never edit the same.
The problem with steroids is that they work, like really work. That's probably irresponsible for me to say, but if we're going to talk about the steroid epidemic, we need to do it honestly.
This is a strategy called the calm before the storm. Sometimes it's good to start the music at its highest emotion, but here's the problem with that. There's nowhere to go. Really, all you can go is downward. When Jeff says steroids work, they really work, it's almost shocking because you're like, what the heck happened to Jeff? So I needed music that can make you feel that emotion, that uncertainty, that slight anxiety to it. It slowly builds up energy to the point where it sort of feels like a bomb about to explode. But I didn't just want it to explode. I wanted the audience to sit with this line for just a few seconds.
But if we're going to talk about the steroid epidemic, we need to do it honestly.
That line right there is very good because it signals to the viewer, wait a second, we're about to go very deep. So the music stops for a second, only to immediately trigger another rising loud noise. Now I could have just kept building the music and building the music underneath that line, but if you really want a line to stand out, take the music away. When this kind of emotional tension is right, audience retention stays higher, clients trust the edit more, and the video simply feels better without viewers knowing why. Now after we released the video, Jeff texted me saying it was a 1 out of 10, meaning it instantly became one of the best performing videos on his channel, and people around him kept saying it felt like a documentary. He told me he thinks a big reason is the music, and that he's glad I love working on that part because it's his least favorite part of editing. But this first moment is actually the simplest decision in the entire edit. Now notice that one specific word that Jeff says right here, epidemic. Now in order to signal that something is an epidemic, it has to feel mass scale. It can't be subtle, it can't be quiet and timid. For each and every scene, I went through 20 to 30 tracks. Nope, that won't do. Nope, won't work. Oh, that's great, but not great enough, we're trying to go greater. Next, nope, nah. That's what keeps a lot of editors from charging $1,000 per edit, $2,000 per edit, $3,000 per edit. They pick the first track that they hear, and they're like, that'll do. And it's the reason why their videos don't feel cinematic, they don't feel like a documentary, they don't feel expensive. It's because they settled. In the education space, you're thinking like, okay, well, it's more about the words they're saying, which it's true, yes, the words are very important. But if you want to make someone feel something from the words that they're saying, the music choice controls that. And more importantly, the timing of when the music triggers.
Steroids build muscle way faster than something like creatine. It's not even close. If you started taking 5 grams of creatine every day for a year straight,
the little drum sound kicks in right when he pivots to a new idea. If you have a new realization or a new thought while you're speaking in the video, but the music doesn't change to match that, the audience will still feel like the video isn't progressing. But the next moment in this scene is where the emotion completely shifts. If you want to see more invisible decisions like this, I put together 12 viral editing secrets you can study for free, and you can grab it below.
I'm a lifetime natural bodybuilder, and these are my testosterone levels right now. 485 nanograms per deciliter.
Right here, I reverb out the music, but I don't immediately kick in another track. I actually want them to sit with the silence for a little bit. At this point of the video, we have them hooked. So what's important to do right now is give the audience a brain break where there's no music. When you go from track to track to track to track, the viewer can't get absorbed in a moment. So if I want my next track to have impact, I need to stop playing music. And this helps prevent the elevator music feeling that you get when you watch a video, they got the same track playing, and it goes on and on and on, and it feels like you're stuck in hell. There's another moment later in this video where the exact same principle shows up again, but this time, the emotion shifts in the opposite direction. And once you see both, the pattern becomes impossible to ignore.
More people are taking steroids now than ever before. Why is that? Well, I think it's because more and more fitness influencers are opening up about their anabolic use.
The easiest way to boost retention and make your videos feel expensive is to contrast your music. We started with music that represents the dark side. Now we're moving to the light side. You don't want to just use a music track that sounds different than the one you used last time. You want to use something that almost feels like it requires the audience to use a different part of their brain to experience it.
Now its job is to make that muscle cell bigger. And if that's all that steroids did, that'd be sweet and I'd be on them. But there's a lot more that happens.
Because he's explaining, well, steroids seem pretty gosh darn good, eh? But then he says a line that indicates there is more to the story. And that's always the moment when I decide to reverb out the music, because we need to cement that idea in history. A lot of editors are not using enough reverb in their edits. And reverb has this magical way of making anything feel 10 times more important. Now, after that scene, I made a decision that a lot of editors would not have the balls to make. I went 29 seconds with no music because I don't want every portion of the video to feel performed. I need the audience to feel in their heart that these are real people with real problems that the audience can relate to. When you go take a shower, you don't have a mariachi band playing the music. When you jump off a cliff, you don't have some cinematic violin going, no, it's just quiet. So the easiest way to replicate it is to just have nothing. Not even a light ambient tone, nothing. But the other reason I did it was because of the moment that's coming up right here.
Steroids can cause in many people really high levels of anxiety. It's dose dependent. It's also compound dependent. And actually currently right now, I have severe anxiety disorder.
Dr. Mike is being extremely vulnerable. He's talking about his anxiety to millions of people, which means that my job as the editor is to preserve that moment. I don't want the music to give you an escape. You just have to sit with the words that he's saying.
The brains of the enhanced lifters looked much older than they should look for someone their age. Their brains were aging faster than they should be. And the psychology of steroids is fascinating.
My favorite part about this track is that it shifts from a negative, ominous tone to a more positive realization. Because you don't want to just build tension, build tension, build tension. You have to release it. And a lot of editors don't know how to release tension. It's okay to have music in your edit that gives the audience comfort. In fact, that's what you want, because it no longer just feels like this stagnant, flat edit. It feels like it has character. But the most important part about this track is that it gives you hope that there's going to be a positive end to this story. Now they have to see what happens at the end of the video. Most struggling editors never get taught how to control emotion like this. They're just guessing and hoping it works. That's actually the reason I built the Elite Editor Academy. It's for editors who want real clients and real control over their work, not just more tips or visual gimmicks. Anyways, let's go back to the scene, because this next moment is even harder to notice.
Just because you take gear doesn't mean you're going to look like SIBA. And then when you eventually come off, you'll quickly lose a good chunk of the size that you put on and feel smaller than ever.
Pro editors who get paid a lot of money use something called... Sorry, I just had to build tension for a sec. Musical stems, which means that you can have a track that only has strings, or it only has drums, or it only has bass. Sometimes taking instruments away can feel more unique than leaving all the instruments in. You remember I just said we're building motivation, we're building hope. So Jeff says a belief that is common to a lot of people. And then he says, but that's not how it works. That's why right here, I completely reverbed out the instrument that was giving us hope. It's just gone now. And you're back to the pulsing bass that's just showing inevitable doom.
I've had friends get hospitalized for abscesses. The doctors have to cut your skin open, they have to drain it. And lastly, the term roid rage, but it's really aggression. And it very infrequently displays itself as actual violent acts.
Right here, you can see I spliced the song, because if I just let the song play out, it's going to trigger at the wrong time. The moment you trigger the music makes or breaks whether the audience is going to feel an emotion from it. The moment he brings up roid rage. I switched to a part of the song that has constant, sustained strings, but the only reason it hits is because we allowed the music to get really quiet, really simple, and really minimal before doing this.
It gets a little old after a while, but you have big muscles, so I guess that's cool. So that's how the cookie crumbles.
Most of the time I tell people to reverb out the music, but if you're going for comedy, there's certain times where you just want to cut it out. Even if the music is super cinematic and you don't want to break the immersion too much, just break the immersion. It's fine. It's actually going to increase your retention because it's a pattern interrupt, which is essentially where the audience goes, oh, okay, I'm awake again.
Some kinds of steroids close your growth plates early, and that means they'll prevent you from reaching an adult height.
Now, this is one of the few times where I actually used some techno music in the edit. Now, why did I do it? Well, because I wanted another pattern interrupt, but not just for that. I needed something that was really fast-paced, and almost nothing can compete with techno for that. But I didn't just use it for that reason. I used techno music because I knew I wanted to muffle down, which is a strategy that makes the words you're saying feel 10 times deeper than they actually are. The techno music, it's very clear. You hear the so when it goes away, all you hear is the. We don't just muffle it once, we muffle it again. And it's tied to this specific line.
Until about your mid-20s, I would say there's a high probability that steroids will stunt your brain development.
So if muffling once means we're going deeper, muffling twice means we're going even deeper than last time. Muffling the music is one of the easiest ways to lift your retention without swapping out the music track completely. Way too many editors think better videos come from more sexy VFX or faster cuts, but the real difference is learning how to control emotion at the exact right moment. And once you understand that, you stop guessing in your edits. Clients feel the difference immediately, and the work you make starts to feel like it exists on a different level. If you've ever tried to make your edits feel more cinematic or more intense and something still felt off, there's a good chance you were copying the exact mistake Gox made. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. And you can watch that video here.